guys, so now let's talk about sell signals. Okay, how do you find the sell signal? So there's this three-step process. Okay, so step number one is we need to identify a downtrend. Okay, and then how do we do that? We apply three moving averages, mainly the 20, the 50, and the 200. Okay, so the way that these moving averages are stacked on the chart, that's what's going to tell us if the market is in a downtrend. Okay, so what does this mean? What am I saying? So I mean that if the 20 EMA is under the 50 EMA and the 50 is underneath the 200 in that order, then it means that the market is in a downtrend. Okay, and then once we've established that the market is in a downtrend, we look for a sell entry confirmation. So how do we do that? We look at the three confirmations to sell. So confirmation number one, there has to be an arrow pointing down. Confirmation number two, there needs to be a sell on the entry dashboard. Confirmation number three, on the bottom right of the screen, there has to be a sell on the price action signal. Okay. And then once we've got our sell entry confirmation, once those three indicators are in sync, it means that we can open up the sell trade. And then the next thing is to put our exit points, which is our stop loss and take profit. We can either use support and resistance or the moving averages to determine our TP and SL. So for support and resistance, since we're selling, our take profit is going to be at the next support level. And then our stop loss is going to be just above the previous resistance level. Okay, if you don't want to use support and resistance, you use the moving averages. So if you've got your sell entry, you put your stop loss at the 50 EMA, and then you can use that to model a 1:1 risk ratio. So let's have a look at a chart example so that you guys can visualize what I'm saying. Okay guys, here's an example of a sell entry. Okay, so in order to get a sell trade, okay, we need to first identify a downtrend. Okay, so we do that by looking at the moving averages. So that red moving average, that's the 20, that blue one, that's the 50, that purple one, that's the 200. Okay, so if the moving averages are stacked like this, the 20 under the 50 under the 200, then that means that this price is in a downtrend. Okay, so once we've established that this is a downtrend, step number two now is to get our sell entry. Okay, our entry confirmation. So how do we determine our entry confirmation? We need to, number one, see the formation of an arrow. We need to see an arrow on the chart pointing to the downside, and then we need to see on the top right of the screen, we need to see a sell on the entry dashboard, and then at the bottom right of the screen, we need to see a sell on the price action signal. So if we see these three signals or these three indicators in sync, that means that we've got a valid sell entry, right? So once we've determined our sell entry, guys, we can actually take the trade. So let's just do that. Let me just put in my lot size, and then we open up the trade. Okay, once our trade is open, we take our stop loss, we put it at the 50 EMA, just like that. Okay, and then we model a 1:1 risk ratio to get our take profit, right? And then just like that, guys, we have a valid trade. Easy peasy. That took us a few seconds, right? Anyways, guys, thank you so much for watching the video. If you have any questions, just shoot me a DM. Thanks so much for watching the video. I'll see you guys on the next one. Take care.